morning. It's another blustery day here in the man cave. We're just sitting back, relaxing, having a cup of coffee. And I'm going to do a little contribution to a tag that's been going on YouTube for some time called Stockman Stampede. It's all about the Stockman pattern that Case Knife's been putting out. A lot of guys are interested in them, and been going on for a while. A lot of guys sharing it, and I've enjoyed it, so I thought I'd throw a contribution. So at the end of this video, there's going to be a little close-up of my knives. Actually, most of the video is the close-up. I'm just going to do a little short intro here and we'll move on to that. Just thought it'd be fun to join in and do that. What I'm going to do to start off with here is actually read you a little cowboy poem about reincarnation. I thought it would be kind of fun. Stockman, a cowboy rancher knife, and we'll read you a little cowboy poem. It's by a fellow named Wallace McRae, and the poem is called Reincarnation. So bear with me here, I'll read it to you. It's about two old cowpokes having a little conversation. "What does reincarnation mean?" a cowpoke asked his friend. His pal replied, "It's what happens when your life has reached its end. They comb your hair and wash your neck and clean your fingernails and lay you in a padded box away from life's travails. Then the box in you goes in a hole that's been dug in the ground, and reincarnation starts when you're planted neath that mound. Them clouds melt down just like your box and you who is inside, and then you're just beginning on your transformation ride. And in a while, some grass will grow upon your rendered mound, till someday on your moldered grave a lonely flower is found. Then say a horse should wander by and graze upon this flower that once was you, but now has become your vegetative bower. That posy that the horse done ate up with his other feed makes bone and fat and muscle essential to the steed, but some is left that he can't use, and it quickly passes through and finally lays upon the ground this thing that once was you. Then say by chance I wander by and I spies this on the ground, and I wonders and I ponders at this thing that I have found. Well, I think of life and death and reincarnation and such, and I come away concluding, Slim, you ain't changed all that much." Well, good morning. Here's my close-up for Saturday Stockman Stampede. There's a fellow on YouTube, goes by Terry's Knives and Man Stuff. He started it some time ago. A lot of guys get involved in it. Show off their various Stockmans, Case or more makers or whatever. Just the Stockman pattern. So I thought I'd pop in and show off a few of mine. Taping this on Friday, but I'll put it up on Saturday morning. And this is all of them that I've got. They're all pretty recent, within the last year or so. For whatever reason, I just never got into the Stockman before. I collected a few trappers, and then, I don't know, just kind of, they were just okay. And I fell into this one Stockman. This is a black micarta that Case come out with last year, and it's a little different for them. Putting out micarta scales are usually bone or Delrin, but it interested me, so I went ahead and grabbed it, and I'm glad I did. I ended up with a few of them. It's a big 75 pattern, full-size Stockman. 3 blades. Nice clip blade. Wiping the oil off them. You keep them oiled, they turn into dust magnets, but this is what I like the best about the Stockman that I found once I started carrying it and using it. This big sheep's foot blade, I use that all the time. I carried this at work. It's got a couple marks in it. So this micarta is softer material than the bone, and I threw this in a Case belt sheath with the snap button, snap it closed. And I'm, it's on my side and I'm pressing up against stuff, and the button actually made a couple of impressions. You could feel it right there. It just dug into the micarta. Doesn't do it to the bone. But then I thought, well, this is a user now. I'll just keep carrying it to work. And I do. It's a big handful of a knife. But I find myself, I don't know, they just fit good in the hand. That curve along the back, it just, when you're actually using it, they fit real well in the hand. They're great. I find myself using this sheep's foot blade the most. Comes out a little wider here. It's a pretty stout blade. It's good and sharp, and you have to pop some boxes open or cut straps or whatever, and it's just, you got a nice good long handle, good grip on it. This nice stout short blade. It's just easy to work with. I love it. I think if they come out with a workman knife that had nothing but the sheep's foot blade on it in a real comfortable handle, I'd buy that sucker in a heartbeat. Then this little spay blade, it's a little on the small side, but it's useful. If you have to do any trace cuts, this back edge here is not sharp, it's just flat. So you can press down and you can really guide your cuts. You keep this belly nice and sharp, and if you got to do some precision cuts, you can get in there and really get to work with it. If this were a little fatter like the sheep's foot was, I think it'd be a little easier to control. And then it's just a standard case clip blade. Just real good knife. Good. Take it to work every day. Don't worry about it. Beat it up. Dry it off. Oil it up. Carry it again. It's just a good working knife. But then lately, since I bought this has been going in my front pocket at work a lot. I used to carry sod busters. I'll do another video on those. They're just a small single blade. Folding knife cases made them forever, and they're real thin and they just slide in your pocket. They're perfect little knives. But I saw this sow belly. They call it a sow belly because of the sag in it. But it's a Stockman. It's the same 3 blades. But I saw this as a little gritty. I carry this in my pocket every day. I can hear it. I need to get in there and blast it out. But it's basically the same. Ooh, dirty. Same 3-blade Stockman. Same idea with the little spay blade there for, working precision cuts. Basic clip blade for larger work. This sheep's foot is a little narrower, but it's just great. The thing about this sow belly is it sits right there in your fingers. It's just a perfect, or along the back, it just feels perfect. Honestly, I didn't know that I was going to like it, but I like this 6.5 bone stag. This is bone that they burned and touched up to make it kind of look like stag. But it looks great. It feels great. The fit is, there's no gaps, anything. Nice brass liners and pins in there. It's just a really nice knife. I recommend them highly. They're great. Under $100. So real quick, I'll just run through these. I don't want this to take all day, but this is I think the saw cut. You can see the saw cuts they left in there and etched in USA in case XX. It's just a real pretty knife, just real good in the hand, perfect weight. These Stockman, I just like them. I was surprised I did, but I like them. I got to admit that when I carry one, I usually carry it in a belt sheath because they are a little bit large, but they are just really nice. Nice little showpiece here. Silver script, tested XX. Nice bone, good jigging, feels good in the hand. Brass pins and liners. No gaps. Really well made. Just real pretty knives. And then, this one I got on a whim. I think it's cranberry bone. It's all right. I might pass this one on to my granddaughter. We'll see. But it's pretty cool. They're all the exact same configuration. I don't think I need to open them all, but I thought I'd just Give them a quick show off. Little silver script, case XX. And then this one is the last one I picked up. I like the yellow Delrin. It's classic. It's classic case, goes way back. The old traditional case, yellow knife, the working man's knife. It's plastic, but it doesn't feel plasticky. It's, hard and good solid material. And I had a couple. I gave my granddaughter a little mini copper lock that was in the double, and I've got a big old rail splitter I'll show another time. And I just kind of liked it. So when this came along at a good price, I snatched this up, and I like to carry this one at work in a belt sheath as well. It's got I don't know if it's a bead blasted, it's satin blade, it's not real shiny. It's got some shiny bolsters, but it's just a basic working man's knife. It's not as plasticky feeling as the American Workman edition. They got the red and the blue and all these different colors, but they're a little more plasticky. But this is more of a hard, it just feels like a better quality material. It doesn't feel like a cheap knife at all. And they made, a couple years ago, the sow belly Stockman in this material, and I missed it, and I guess they're rare as hen's teeth. So Case, if you're listening, please run them again. I'd love to buy a sow belly in the yellow Delrin. Don't see them pop up often, and they disappear quick when I do see them on the auctions. One of these days I might get one. But anyway, for Saturday morning, Saturday Stockman Stampede, carrying Terry knives and man stuff, started the whole thing, and thank him for that. It's been enjoyable to watch my little contribution, and thanks for watching.